Hi. Okay, it's live. So this is my first video on YouTube, and I don't take any kind of retake. I'll just record one and I'll upload. It's kind of dare that I gave to myself. So, as you know that it's my first video. Most of you are watching this video, and some of you may know me, and you are thinking that nowadays I'm doing these kind of things. So no, it's just a kind of an activity. I'll just record. I'll just want to know what will happen if I upload these videos. Definitely, nothing will happen. Just want to upload, and it's my first content also. So being a beginner, I just want to record something that can add value in your life. ठीक है. So nowadays I'm learning so many things, and side by side I'm doing some work also. I'm a communication trainer. Basically, I train to people how to face the interviews, how to clear the interviews, and how to be confident whenever you are in front of your your seniors, or whenever you are in front of any authorities. How to feel confident. Although I'm also not so much confident, but I can train people. Let me tell you about the hacks that I teach to my students who are preparing for any kind of interviews or who are preparing to be a good communicator. First of all, let me tell you about the hacks of language first. Okay. As we know that most of the interviews, I think I'll say 95% of the interviews that are happening in the India, they are requiring the English. So first, if you are not comfortable in English and if you are not confident in English, let me teach you how to learn the English language, or not in only English, how to learn any language. Let me tell you about the science behind learning a new language. Be ready. Here we go. So whenever you are speaking our comfortable language, whenever you are speaking in our native language, we follow two steps. And these steps are: the first, our mind gives us thoughts, and second, we express those thoughts. So there are two steps. The first one is thought one, and the second one is expression one. But when we're trying to speak in other language, when we try to speak in the second language, for example, suppose if we are trying to speak in English, then our mind follows the process of three steps. Means there will be three steps instead of two. The first, similar to the first one, that will be our mind giving us thoughts. But and the last step will be expression. Means everything is perfectly fine, but what is the new middle step? That is translation. Because our mind will not give us thoughts in the language that we are learning or in our second language, because our mind will give us sentences, thoughts in the language in which our mind comfortable, in which we are fluent, and in the language that we are learning since our birth. And basically our mind is that kind of lazy organ that always wants to be in its comfort zone. So first of all, what we have to do, when we are comfortable in language, when we are speaking our native language, our mind follows two step: thoughts, expression. But when we are trying to speak a new language or our second language, for example, if we are trying to speak English language, our mind goes with the three steps: first, thoughts; second, translation; and third, expression. So we have to remove the middle step, that is translation. Our mind gives us thoughts in Hindi and we translate into English, then speak. So what if, kya ho, if our mind starts giving us thoughts in English or in the language in which we want to speak? That will be good enough, and that will stop us to fumble. So that is the one process. Other thing, always try to think in the language in which you want to speak. When you will think in the language that you are learning, two things will happen. First thing, your mind will learn how to think in this language first. And the second one is that you will face so many hurdles, so many obstacles whenever you are trying to translate everything that is going in your mind. Because suppose in front of you two persons are going in the bus and they are hanging on the bus, and some people are traveling by train, and you are just in between somewhere the traffic, and you are just thinking about your degrees, your graduation, and these kind of things. So somewhere you will find some kind of situation that you will be not able to express that word or that situation in English or that verb in English. So your mind will get the curiosity and you will try to find out that word, and once you start finding the words, you will never forget those words. So it is good for our vocabulary also and for our practice. So that's that's simple and sweet. Nowadays so many spoken coachings, so many classes are there. They are teaching you so many grammar, so many vocabulary, so many fluency that you have to learn American accent, UK accent, and these kind of things. No, 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 no. A big no to these kind of things. Just train your mind to think in English and everything will be okay. Because after 2 or 3 months, your mind will start speaking, start thinking in the language that you want to learn, and don't care about grammar so much. Yeah, for basic grammar, we have to learn things. So you have to work on this. And after that, just forget all the things and just speak as a human. You know why? There is a I have an example for you that why our speaking matters the most. You know, nowadays a concept is there being vegan, that we will don't consume anything that is a byproduct of milk, or we will don't consume anything that is means basically a dairy product. They are thinking about the animals, about cow, buffaloes, these kind of creatures. But do you know, if anyone cuts a man's hand and the man screams or man shouts or man cries, everyone will call the other person evil or ask for the punishment for that person who cut the hair, cut the hand. But have you ever seen anyone who is sitting nearby any kind of pond or any kind of river and fishing, and after that he is trying to cook the fish, and society is criticizing that man? No, because fish doesn't know how to speak, or fish doesn't cry, fish doesn't scream. That's why there is no value of fish. Once you stop speaking, there will be no value of you. You have to learn how to speak. You have to learn where to speak. You have to learn the importance of your voice. And before voice, voice is just a tool. You need to work on your thoughts. Learn, read, do exercise, earn money. There is a saying that and never be satisfied in your life. Never, never, ever. Yeah, somewhere deep down, have the satisfaction that, okay, I'm a human. I'm just here to have fun in this world. And after that, I just have to go. That's all. But on the surface level, you have to so much workaholic, so much full of energy and these kind of things. Just do work, have targets, and try to achieve those targets. And once you feel that I'm not able to achieve those targets, leave those targets and pick some other targets. Because without target there is nothing, and without work there is nothing. There is a saying, जो साम्राज्य बनना छोड़ देते हैं वो साम्राज्य बिगड़ना स्टार्ट हो जाते हैं. जो साम्राज्य बढ़ना छोड़ देते हैं वो साम्राज्य घटना शुरू हो जाते हैं. So with this I just want to end my words. Thank you. या अपलोड हो रहा है, ये वीडियो हो चुका है. आई थिंक यू हैव सीन दिस वन. कोई बात नहीं. आई होप यू लर्न समथिंग. अगर कुछ भी नहीं सीखे हो तो, if you didn't learn anything, then it will be my last video. If you have learned something, then please do comments, like, subscribe, share. No, don't share here, especially with my relatives. Although you can share. Okay, take